I'm at 1750 Boulderview. I think it's Boulderview Drive in Atlanta. Got this one approved and got a lot of vegetation and demo stuff like that to do here. So kind of briefly go over that. Driveway is kind of in crappy shape. The first half of the driveway is big chunks and hunks of it. Looks like tow mater from cars paved it right here. All right. So first thing we talk about demo and landscaping right here on the outside. We'll get rid of this little bitty fence, runs alongside all the way to the front. We'll get rid of this old muscadine vine trellis thing right here. All the little plant things right there in the front. We're gonna take all these bushes out of here. That mimosa tree, all that, all the trees right here in front of the house, even these little sapling looking trees inside here. There. Leave the big ivy wrap tree over there. Take this tree out. All this vegetation gone. All of it. Just trim the ivy back down. Get all that out of here. All right. And again, all the stuff across the front of the house right here is coming off. I don't know exactly what we got to paint the brick and stuff, but I don't know exactly what we're doing with the shutters or just the details out here. On the porch here, the shutters. We're definitely removing like the satellite dish. These gutters look like they need to be replaced to me. They look in bad shape. I think we got that on the scope. Move this big old bush, overgrown bush right here. All right. Again, get on the back side of this and you can see the only thing we want to leave is that big tree. All this other stuff needs to be gone. And we'll probably need to get a shredder, a chipper up here for all this. A lot of trees, so a lot of stuff that can be chipped. And to get this tree right here that's growing all over the house, it's got to be gone. I think I got a spider on my freaking face. All this stuff right here. This is walking down the left side of the house here. Some kind of, unless there's a gutter drain or something in the ground there. We'll try to get the skid steer down through here, either this side or the other side. That's all that matters on the debate. It depends on if we're going to take the deck brick out over there or not. So that's still a question, but I know we can get the skid steer down through here. We just got to kind of push these trees over. And then we're going to have to actually take that part of the fence down out there too. Just take that fence out in order to get back there with the skid steer. And we have to push this big tree over, which I really don't want. I hope we can get in the other side. Push this tree over is going to be kind of aggravating because then we got to do something with it. And it's a little too big to put through the chipper. But anyway, we can see the back side of this too from the backyard. But on this side, we got to get all these vines off the house. You see the trees destroying the gutter. All this ivy off the house, which is a lot of ivy. Probably wait till last to take these burglar bars off. This HVAC system, of course, to get replaced. So let's walk around the other side and talk about the deck in the backyard. And we'll get into specifics about pine straw and all that later. Not in this video. All right. Probably get rid of this vegetation. I think we're just going to paint these handrails right here. This soffit looks like it needs a little bit of repair right there and stuff. We'll probably end up just painting the soffit. Got brick on this side of the house too. It's got to be primed and all that. Paint those back handrails. We'll go ahead and get a view of this deck from up here. Basically what we talked about doing with this deck is removing all the wood, possibly, if we got in the budget. We'd like to remove, there's kind of already a brick patio, concrete patio underneath it. It'd be ideal to remove that so we can drop the deck down and get it below so we don't have that little step down nook to that door down there. Not ideal, not really what we want to do. So in order to get rid of that, we got to remove all the crap underneath this deck and then redo the deck. Another thing too, on those steps, there's brick under them. Kind of need to remove all the wood off that and see what it's going to entail to get some wood steps back in there. Or do we want to just leave the brick steps there, like leave them, and then come down here and have a wood platform that steps back down, maybe some cool little steps back down to this main deck. That way we're not tearing out all that brick. But tearing out all that brick, tearing out these two beds, and that up there may be an option. Tear all this stuff out, bring the skid steer right down through here and smooth this land out and rebuild. The idea being we got to rebuild all this deck right here. And you take good detailed measurements of this deck too before we leave. And you can see we've got a block wall there at the bottom and then brick as we go up here. So I'm gonna walk on down here now. You can see how this wood is. It's like on top of something. These steps might be in pretty bad shape for somebody to cover it all with wood like this. We'll have to get all this wood off just to see though. Again, we can just pop this fence down from right there, just take it loose there and just completely do away with it right here. And there goes the fence. And this would be an ideal place to come down with a skid steer if we're gonna remove the deck underneath this deck. And you get a good idea of how this steps down right here, which is not, this is horrible. It's like a dungeon or something. So here's this wall going up right here. Here's a good shot of these bricks underneath these steps, underneath this wood. So what we would do is see if we can take all the wood down, and if the steps are good, leave them. If not, we might opt to remove the brick here, and all the way up, and just smooth this down. Just make it come down like this right here, probably to this area right here, and maybe put wood steps down to the deck. That's one option. Another option is just to get the ground to flow right. I think we could probably, but I don't know. Might be kind of steep coming down through there. But anyway, we'll have to just figure it out. We'll get all the wood off and reassess that, figure out the plan with it. And all these railings need to be redone right here. I'll give you a shot of the back of the house here. There's some ivy growing up the back of the house. We got to remove that. Remove this tree right here. This one completely gone. All the little trees in the back here, not at the back of the wood line, but just the ones randomly sprouting in the yard, gone. This one right here at the back of the deck, right here, gone. All these bricks right here, we want to take all these bricks up and we'll just bury them back here in the backyard. Right there and right there, we got plenty of dirt. It's a big hill anyway. Best thing to do is figure out the best place to bury it, and kind of reshape the yard while we're back here with the skid steer. That's kind of the idea of what we're gonna do here. Lots of brick too, by the way. This is a lot of brick that I'm walking on. And I'm supposed to go through more spiders. Here's the right side right here where I was talking about proposing coming through with the skid steer. So we can actually fit that through here. If we take the gate off there and remove the fence over to the side of the house right here, then we should have plenty of room here. Trying to find something to attach my tape to. Come on now. Maybe a vinyl work. Yeah, see, we got 8 foot right there, so should be good. I know my bucket's not 8 foot wide. So we would be able to come through here. Only obstacle's that tree, which we could probably tie a rope to it and push it with a skid steer, get it to fall over on this side of this tree and fall down into our backyard here, and then just figure out what to do with it from that point. But here's another shot of the backyard here, all the ivy. We'll need to trim some of these limbs from the roof line up there with a pole saw from this tree and get them off. Another shot at this overgrown backyard right here. All right, so I guess we'll walk on inside the house now. Well, I guess I could take a shot underneath this deck too. Here's some more brick stuff. It'd almost be good to get rid of all this brick stuff. Kind of unfortunate because it does kind of give you like a little barrier here from the ground, from the mud. Helps it not to wash away and stuff, but I don't know. We got to figure out something to do with it. So here's the old patio under the porch. I don't know if we can see under there. But what they're doing is basically just taking and just bracing the whole deck off of the other old patio under there with like random 2x4s. So I don't even think that they're going to expect to allow us to even do that like that. So I think this has got to come out of here anyway so it can have the proper footings put in the ground and stuff like that to support it. Not to mention, it also solves our problem by the door because we can drop the whole deck down to where it needs to be and correct all that. Here's another shot from over here, backside of it. And like this terrain is like goes way downhill. It's like this drops down to a gorge down there. It's crazy. But anyway, we'll get back in the house and talk about the inside somewhat. Yeah, like this tree needed to go. These little trees need to go. All these little bushes go. All right, so come back in the kitchen. We're gonna replace all the cabinets in here. We're removing all this weird looking tile paneling looking stuff. We're removing the boxes above the cabinets off both sides here. There's a bird in the house here. I was wondering what was in here moving with me. It's a bird. Boxes off in the top of the cabinets. All the cabinets, of course. The appliances coming out. Doors being replaced. Now right here, this whole thing's coming out right here. This whole wall. And we're gonna make it flush with the ceiling up here. We're not letting it stick down. It's gonna be flush. The beam's gonna be up in the ceiling. The attic, the ceiling joist will be cut out for a beam, for an LVL beam. That LVL beam needs to be 12 foot here, even though it's only like, oh no, that's probably only 8, 10 feet. Give you a little bit on either side to hang over. So 12-foot LVL beam from right here will make this perfect. I've already been up in the attic, and we're gonna go up in the attic in a second. So that will open. Maybe that bird will figure out how to get out of here. That'll open all this up with the kitchen, is what it'll do. All right, so these little things that are kicked out here, they're kicked out about 28 inches. These have no support in the attic. They need no support. So all this just gets taken out. It just goes away. So that we're flush with the wall here. Going over there. And I'm gonna come back in here because what we're doing is we're eliminating the steps down to the basement. We're gonna use this space right here for right here next to the kitchen is gonna be the stackable washer and dryer area. So we gotta draw that on the plans to put in a stackable washer and dryer. Then we're gonna come around here and we're putting in a door. We're gonna put a half bath. It's gonna be, so the wall right here where the stackable washer and dryer, the back wall stops, wherever that is, will be the beginning of the wall for, that's gonna be a half bath. So I guess we'll have a toilet like here, then a door, then a vanity right here, and then we'll have a wall built up. And that's gonna be a half bath when you walk in there. And the door's gonna be somewhere in this vicinity, depending on, I'll draw it on the plans exactly where it's gonna fall at, but it's gonna be in here somewhere. So that's the idea with that, little half bath stuck in here. And we need to try to keep that door as far this way as we can, so people have a lot of room in here, the most amount of room possible to put their furniture and stuff into the living room. All right, so another big thing here that we're working on is we're remodeling this entire master suite area. So You kind of come in here to the hall. You kind of see how this works now. There's like a little foyer area, sort of say, that walks into the master bedroom. So the idea is to take, let's walk in here and look at it first. So here's the master bedroom. You got a little closet here. You got a little half bath right here. You walk in here to see the half bath. All this is getting demoed out. You got a window to that you got to account for here. All right, so now here's what we're going to do. Here's the deal, like Joe Biden would say. We're going to take and steal the closet from this room. And Sean, by the way, this is a pipe too. I've discovered this is a duct pipe, so we got to figure out something to do with that. It's not the corner of that foyer. It's actually a pipe. So we're going to steal this closet from this bedroom. We're going to turn it all the way from this wall all the way over. Might as well say to this wall here, which is the same wall as this and the same wall as that. We're going to make this whole rectangle the master suite, and we will enter a door between here. So we'll enter in there, everything's open. So then we got to design the bathroom and the closet and the bedroom within that space. And now what we're doing to account for to make up for the closet is, unfortunately, it gets this little area right here, which is not much area at all. It's only like 21 inches wide right here. So literally gonna have an 18-inch door, 21-inch wide closet, and it's that deep. But I recommend putting at minimum, just putting the 2 shelves in there though, because then at least you got almost a 4-foot wide closet. If you put hangers up here, hangers down here, basically as much space as we can get out of that anyway. So that's the plan, to give this room its new closet after we steal its current closet from right there. And then this is just a random hall closet that's going to stay. We're not doing nothing with this. All right, so moving in here to the hall bath. It's crammed in here. Doors open all the way now, and we got this vanity here that's really tight. I mean, this pedestal sink is really tight, so we got to try to solve for him not liking the pedestal sink. What are we putting in here? So we need to think about that. But it's got to be something super tight, because this is already this tight, and it is only 17 inches deep right now. And right now, with that being 17 inches, we got like 20 inches clearance right here before we hit the tile. Now, we're going to gain about 1.5 inches taking this tile off, but that still really doesn't fix our problem. But all this tile's getting demoed. I think we're going to leave and resurface the tub, but all the tiles getting demoed. I don't know if we're demoing the floor or not. We need to check that and figure that out exactly. Not sure about that, but yeah, this is pretty much the hall bath. All right, so this is just a secondary bedroom. We need some base in here too. Weird, but we need base. I guess we're leaving this paneling type wood on the walls in here everywhere. It's just a secondary bedroom. Here's a little closet for it. So this is kind of where I'm pretty sure the back wall of this closet is going to be the back wall of the bathroom on the other side there. Because what I think we're looking at here is we got about 2 more foot that way, where that doorway area jets out into the kitchen to walk down into the basement. So we got 2 foot there. So let's just say we had another foot right here for the back wall of the stack of washer and dryer room. And from this point over to about here is going to be where the half bath sits on the other side. And while we're in here, I've got to go up in this attic. Look where these LVLs are going to be. If I can get up here without breaking my neck. All right. We're going to need insulation up in here too. I mean, we need like half the insulation that goes in here as just standard. All right. It's hard to see in the dark, but right under this 1x6 that's laid across here is where the joist set down on the wall of the master bedroom. So when you walk to that foyer of the master bedroom and walk through the actual door into the master bedroom currently, this is that wall that door is on. And this is where these joists are pieced together. So they're laid on top of that wall. So if we remove that wall, we might not have to, but if we do, we need an LVL beam running from here to there. We're going to need a 14-foot LVL beam. And it's going to stop us. We're going to have a little jet out off that side, off the left side of the house wall over there where the bathroom is now, about 6 inches, so we can set that beam on top of it over there. If not, then the beam will have to be cut off so much it won't work. So we have to think about that too. But possibly we may leave it where it's at. I'm not sure. I have to see how the plan works. So that's that. So basically an LVL beam here for that. So that's one LVL beam. I think we got to put double 2x10s from the LVL beam that's going to go here over to where you see those ceiling joists are over there, and they ran like this. So we gotta catch those with a double beam right there. I'm pretty sure, maybe, possibly, maybe not. Right now, I think they just ran into the side of that other one. All right, so another place we got to put a beam is over here in the kitchen. So we'll walk over to the kitchen. It's dark. Wish I could turn my flashlight on. Scared I'll mess the video up if I try to do that. It's already 20 minutes long. So, yeah, it's so freaking dark. You can't see nothing. But right here, in this area, right here that you can't see, we need a 12-foot LVL beam going straight across. It's pretty simple. Someone comes up here and looks at it, what we got to do with it. I could show them too. But anyway, I'm going to jump back down. Just take a quick gander at the basement. I think we're just painting down there, making it look clean. Oh. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're eliminating these stairs, eliminating this door altogether. The idea is going to be to walk down around the house, down to that door that goes in here from down there. This is our space that we got from here to there to create the half bath and the laundry, new stackable laundry room. Now there's some drywall finishing that's got to be done. Well, no, it'll be different. It'll be different. So I guess down here we're not finishing the sheetrock. We're just painting this stuff down here because all this sheetrock needs to be finished. So I think we're just painting it. Though I need to get with you, Sean, and see. Got some. At minimum, we'll have to buy some drop-in ceiling tiles to pop in here. That's the old washer hookups right there. I think we've got a couple. Ooh, only got one circuit right there. So electrician may have to come and replace this panel box. Yeah, do some electrical work up there. Lots of space above this drop ceiling though down here. Now back to the plumbing. So we're moving the washer box. And over here, we're opting to move some of this bathroom. We got to move this bathroom plumbing around. We got to add a plumbing right here, which will be pretty simple because it's open. Over here, it's dark in here, but I think this is open too. Right here, I need to come in here with a flashlight. Put that on my list, but yeah. So we've got to move the plumbing there, which is under the current master bath. We got to add a washing machine stuff up here. And I think that's the big plumbing things we're doing. The big electrical stuff we're doing is rearranging all the remodeling we're doing in the master bed suite, family room. We're, of course, adding the dryer, adding a half bath. That's going to require quite a bit of electrical. So that's the electrical that we got to do. And we're probably pressing it with that panel box. So, and this area right here, I think we'll just paint this out here. We need to seal it real good and paint it just to make it look clean out here. It looks pretty dingy looking for the most part right here. All right, so that should be about good for this video. I think this will get us where we need to go with this. So down here, just basically painting, popping the ceiling tiles back in and paint everything bright white. Make sure electrical works good. Probably got to replace this door right here, I'm sure. All right, that should be good for this video.